welcome back to GeminiJets 2006. Today, for the first review for this year's Christmas, I got a couple Christmas products, and I have one big thing coming up, and this is the first thing I'm going to be reviewing. This is a GSE pack 18 set. I believe it's by JC Wings, but I can't be sure because it didn't ship in a box, and this is a very rare set, so I got it even though it has no box. This is all plastic GSE. Later on in the video, I'll compare them to the GeminiJets GSE, but for now, let's just get them out of the box. So, I'm not really sure how I'm going to show this without them all falling out. Oh yeah, that's fine. But, I mean, this is basically just the last step of any plain unboxing. You just take this tray off. I'm going to try to do it without dropping any of them. Alright, that was difficult, but there are the GSE vehicles, and let's look at each one individually. Starting off with the most basic, and I believe this is the smallest vehicle, we have here a little follow me car, super small. Somehow you can see that it has detailed fenders on there despite the size, and the printing is pretty good. They have the yellow and black checkerboard pattern. So that is the first one, that's the follow me car. Next, we have a pickup truck. It's just a generic pickup truck. It's kind of long, and I'm gonna say all these are made out of plastic. They're not die cast. Truck bed, yellow roof, no grill details or headlights or anything. So that's a little lower quality than the GeminiJets ones. GeminiJets do have like printed engine grills and stuff. This one is just like an individual cargo loader, I believe. There's a seat for a driver, and this would be used in a cargo area, the cargo area of an airport, and that's meant to simulate the rollers to move the baggage boxes or the crates. So that's that. Next, we have a luggage loader. This is has it angled up, and it doesn't adjust at all, so it's in a fixed position. But as you can tell, all these are really basic. There's not a lot of printing. It's just as much as necessary. This is just solid yellow with some black checkerboard. And that's basically all that it is. Let me move my light over here. Yeah, basically all that it is. And then next, look at this. This is a ladder, not a ladder truck, a stair truck. And this is really simple. This is kind of like a flat face design, so it's a bit different than the GeminiJets ones. And as you can see, the stairs do raise up, but it doesn't lock into place, so they just slide back down. So that's a little unfortunate, but there's the stair truck. And then this here, I'm trying to figure out where's the front. I can't even really tell. I think this is the front. This is a bus, white with red pattern, all glass, doors all around the sides. Yeah, I think that is meant to be the front. And then this one here, these are kind of like a pair. There's two cargo loaders. This one is with both the cargo loaders down. This one's with both of them up. Both of them are the same paint scheme, yellow with little black dots for wheels and the simulated rollers there, and two variants up and down. Next, we have catering truck. This is locked in the up position, so that's a little low. It is actually quite a bit lower quality than the GeminiJets brand one, but that's a very simplistic catering truck, flat face design. And since I'm pretty sure this is JC Wings, this is all styled after like a Chinese airport GSE, so it's gonna look a little out of place in my North American airport, but I think we'll be able to get around it. Moving on, here we have a pushback tug. This is in dark blue. There's just very little detail on this one. At least you have the silver painted rims, and you have the stripes on the front and the back bumper. No windshield though. You can kind of see the detailing of where the windshield would be, but it's not printed at all. So that's pushback tug. Moving on, here This is probably the most detailed one. This, I believe, is meant to be de-icing, the vehicles that spray the de-icing fluid. You have a little basket at the front for someone to sit, elevated arm. Then you have what would be the tank, front of the vehicle. There's no windshield on the front, but there are the side windows, and this is probably the most detailed one in here. So that's the de-icing vehicle. Then here we have the fire truck. I believe this is meant to be the front. Has a little hose or a nozzle sprayer at the front. 8 wheels, patterns same on either side, red with some white stripes. I think that's meant to be some vents. And that's the cab. So that's the fire truck. That's one of the big reasons I got this one. And then here they have a fuel truck. This is a tractor trailer design. And this does come off, so you can see this little peg there that goes into the hole. Unfortunately, since this is Chinese, or Chinese product, the brand on this is Chinese. I might be able to put a sticker over that or something to hide it, but I think long term it doesn't really matter. I mean, who's gonna notice that it's Chinese? The trailer's just plain white besides the logo, and then the tractor, the semi, is very simple, although at least this has windows actually painted on all sides, and since it's just a peg in a hole, it does swivel, as you can see. So that's the fuel truck. Moving on, we have 2 of these cargo crates. These are extremely simple. I don't even need to show you guys. Just black painted wheels, a little place for freight to go at the back. They're both identical. So that's those. And then here we have baggage carts. These are even smaller and they're silver painted. Nothing inside of them, but they're both silver, black wheels, identical. That's those. And the last one is here. This is a little tug. Could be a pushback tug, or it could be to pull the cargo carts. Very simple. Windshield isn't painted on the front, but it does have the white line suggesting where the door would be. So they are in a massive pile. I'm going to show you each one of these that GeminiJets doesn't make a version of, and the GeminiJets counterpart for each of them as well. So first of all, these are the vehicles that are unique to this JC Wings set that GeminiJets does not have an equal to or their version of. These are really the reason I got this set. You have the pickup truck, the de-icing truck, the fire truck was a big reason, and then the follow me car and the cargo loader, which I'm not too thrilled about. I don't really care for that one. But those are the unique ones. Let me show you the comparison between GeminiJets brand and the JC Wings brand. So starting off the comparison, this is the GeminiJets cargo carts and tug and the JC Wings. So you can tell the GeminiJets is based off American vehicles. So the GeminiJets one definitely is way more detailed. Paint scheme isn't as detailed, but the mold is way more detailed. This one is, I think, a better paint scheme, but it's more based off the European style, has a covered roof. Then looking at the carts, let me bring this one over here. As you can tell, the GeminiJets ones actually have coverings. These ones just have like little, I'm not even sure how to describe them, little walls on the side, and then these are just metallic. So the GeminiJets wins with detail there. And the GeminiJets also includes one that's empty, that has no freight on it, like how these ones are all empty. So yeah, GeminiJets definitely wins with detail. Here you can see they have like a corrugated metal detail. It's 2 tones of paint, unlike these ones. 3 tones if you include the black for the tires. So I'm gonna say GeminiJets is probably better here, unless you like those cargo loaded ones. And next for buses, GeminiJets comes with 2 buses, a minivan here, and a bigger city-style bus. Both are a lot more detailed than this, although they are about the same size. Those ones actually have detailed molded seating inside and glass windows. This one's just a solid piece of plastic that's painted. So again, for detail, I'm gonna have to give this one to GeminiJets. Up next, here we have the cargo loader. This is the GeminiJets in the foreground. As you can probably tell, it's way more detailed, but I think this one, JC Wings, kind of has a chance because it comes with a up version with the both loaders up, and this one is both of them down. GeminiJets, this one does, if you use 2 fingers, it does raise up a little bit. It has a detailed scissor lift in there, but it won't stay up by itself. Like, I just did it and it didn't stay up long enough for you to be able to see. So I think JC Wings is way less detail here, as seems to be the trend, but you get 2, you get a different style with both of them being up. So I can't say a definitive winner. I think GeminiJets probably, again, has better detail, but I like having the being able to have the loading version and the plain version. Next up, to get this one going, we're gonna do 3 at a time. Next up we have the stair trucks. This is the GeminiJet stair truck. Again, as is the trend, way more detail, way more intricate mold. There's actual like molded seats in there. There's windshield wipers and everything printed on there. Way more details. See, this is just like a block. This is like, I don't even know how to describe it. It looks like Lego. Something a 5-year-old would make out of Lego. But one thing they both have, they have retractable stairs. The GeminiJets ones stay up by themselves a bit more easily than the JC Wings ones. So for the stair trucks, gonna have to go with GeminiJets. Moving on, here we have the catering trucks, and again, it's pretty much the same thing. There's, here you can see it's just a molded piece of plastic, stays up. It doesn't go down, it just stays up. Pretty much 0 detail here, besides on the cab and the door. But the GeminiJets one is way more detail, printing, windshield wipers, and it goes up. The scissor lift can go up and down again. So GeminiJets gonna have to be the winner here. And then last one here for this, we have the fuel trucks. This is the GeminiJets one in the foreground. This is the JC Wings one in the background. Though this is really up to personal preference. And I think if this didn't have the Chinese on it, Chinese lettering or any wording on it at all, and just a logo, it would be way better. I would give it to GeminiJets, but I like the novelty. I really like the novelty of the bendy truck. So I'm gonna give this one to JC Wings. First one to go to JC Wings. Now here we have the tugs. There are 2 GeminiJets tugs. Well, I'm not sure if they're both tugs, but they both look like tugs. And this is the JC Wings in the foreground. JC Wings does not come with a push bar, but GeminiJets does, and GeminiJets comes with 2 pushback tugs with a lot of detail, windshield wipers again there. Well, seeing GeminiJets really miles better. I mean, you don't even think about how much better GeminiJets is, but when you put them next to each other, it's so clear. GeminiJets is such higher quality. This one, I mean, this one looks good. I like the color. I like the style. It kind of looks like this one. But I'm gonna have to give it to GeminiJets because there's 2 of them and it comes with a pushback bar and there's just more detail. And last up here we have the baggage loaders. So foreground GeminiJets, background JC Wings. GeminiJets again, way miles more detail. This though, the one thing I think JC Wings has going for it is that it's up, like it's loading cargo. The GeminiJets one is down and it's non-adjustable, it's stuck like that. So for this one, even though GeminiJets is so much higher quality, I think I'm gonna give it to JC Wings because JC Wings, the ability to make it look like you're actually loading cargo looks, I think that's really important. And GeminiJets, you can put it next to it and it doesn't look like it's loading cargo. It looks like it's just sitting there. So I'm gonna give that one to JC Wings. Now, last thing I'm gonna do is I'll take a plane and I'll show you all the JC Wings aircraft GSE servicing that plane. So let me jump to that now. So here I have the JC Wings GSE around this GeminiJets 747-800. As you can tell, if you've seen my review of the GeminiJets GSE, the main thing that JC Wings has going for it's lower in quality, lower in mold, lower in printing, but just quantity. In one set, I mean, you got so much stuff here. Stair truck, I was able to make it work with some fidgeting, make it line up. Bus looks really bad, to be honest, because the windshield is kind of offset. Then you have the pickup truck, whatever that's meant to be. There aren't enough tugs of these tugs for the freight carts and the baggage carts, so I left it empty. The baggage cart doesn't quite reach this 747, and then this cargo loader up here is pretty much lines up. I mean, it's a little lower, but I'm not sure you'd really notice, and the catering truck unfortunately doesn't even come close. It's too short. But maybe if it were a shorter plane than the 747, I just use the 747 so that I'd have enough space here. Then you have the tug with no tow bar. Unfortunately, I think that's a huge toll against it. You have the GS, or the follow me car out here, fuel truck, and then I don't know what to do with these guys, so I just put the fire truck and the de-icing truck off to the side. So guys, that has been my review of the JC Wings 1-400 GSE pack. I believe this was a little less than $50, like $40 maybe. So well, now GeminiJets, since they don't make this regularly anymore, it's becoming more expensive, so I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure this set of 18, which comes with a lot of diversity but lower quality, is like $10 more than the GeminiJets one, which is way more quality, but it's only a 12 pack, so it comes with less stuff and it's less diverse in what it comes with. So I'd recommend that if you had a smaller airport, you get the JC Wings ones, but if you have a really, the GeminiJets ones, but if you have a really big airport with a lot of planes, the JC Wings probably would be better, because there's more quantity. But the JC Wings are rare and are hard to get your hands on. So last thing we're gonna do is I'm just gonna put an American quarter here and an American penny there, just for size comparison. And you can also use the 747 size comparison. But there you can see the size of each of the vehicles relative to the coins. And that has been my review of the 1-400 JC Wings GSE. So expect more videos coming out soon, and one big video, it's not an unboxing, but it's kind of like an announcement of what's going to be happening. This is going to be GeminiJets 2006. Thanks for watching, and me signing off.